Hello there, welcome to Genesis Models. My name's Bobby Waldron and welcome to this final reveal of this beauty just here. It is the F4U-1 stroke 2 Corsair. It is by Tamiya and it is in 1/48 scale. We've done a nice rapid video build of this and you can go check it out how I built it all together. But let's have a final conclusion of the whole build. As you can see, I do like how it's all turned out and finished. We've got our pilot in there and all sorts of goodies like that. So let's have a quick rundown of everything. Now, this kit is £25 around about, so pretty cheap kit and actually rather good. It was new tooled in 1996. I mean, that's almost like 30 odd years old, and you know what, it really does turn into a damn good build. Even for today, you don't really have to do much to it to bring it up to scratch, but we will look at how this went together and what we did with it. In the instructions, the cockpit area, with the cockpit area, hopefully you might be able to just see, probably best watching the rapid video build, but we did go off and just added a few little things just to spice it up a little bit. You can just see those white little levers there. That's like a nice bit of scratch building that we did in there, and then there's a couple of extra buttons. I'm trying to get you to focus, but there's all sorts of extra buttons in there as well. We even kind of like, I mean, I know I've been doing this for years, but a new thing that I like doing, which I think a lot of you do anyway, is the seat belts. You know, just kind of getting the pilot seat belt to come around and do that bit of scratch building, so the seat belt attaches to the seat as well, just to give that little bit of extra detail and sort of reality to it. So you know, you've got that. So nice bit of scratch building in there that we did. So the cockpit didn't really need that much. It's still a damn good cockpit. Engine section, you can see the engine inside there. We'll just get you to focus. You can see the engine just in there, but I mean, I didn't do any sort of scratch building in there, so you know, you do get a lot of detail for such an old kit anyway, and you do see quite a bit of it, so it's good that it's all good in there anyway. So the engine was good. You could scratch build a bit more if you wanted to, but I didn't feel we needed to. We do come in the whole sort of like gull wings. I didn't necessarily find major problems, but you got to be a bit careful. I did find bringing the actual wing section to the fuselage section, there was a bit something under here needed to be grinded down a bit so that it could press down and actually sort of fit a bit better. Little bit of just grinding, sanding, whatever. The trick really is, if you go for the wings folded or in the configuration they've got it here, it's okay if you have them folded, but this configuration, you've just got to watch that there is a join line running all the way along there, and it's just being careful to make sure you don't have steps or big gaps, and you know, you might have to do a bit of filling and sanding and rescribing. There was just that to kind of take note of. It's just kind of like taking your time, test fitting a lot, right? Bringing the fuselage halves together, I found that there was no real problems or even fit issues with that. Coming to the engine cowl, maybe a little bit there. I did find that if we can sort of show you, there is this sort of vents just here, to get them to look equal and sort of all round, sort of that same gap. There was a gap just up here. We filled that in, and as you can see, that's disappeared there, but there was quite a bit of a 1 mil gap just running across there, and as you can see, that got filled in nicely. Not a major big deal for such a cheap and old kit. The pilot, let's have a look at the pilot. We do get a pilot with this kit. Admittedly, he looks like he's smiling a bit funny. Maybe that's just my painting, right? But other than that, I mean, the pilot is well enough detailed, I'd say, for out of the box. Pretty good pilot, so I did like that. Landing gear, that didn't seem to pose any problems in this build as well, or any of the kind of wheel well doors or anything. But I did go off and do a bit of scratch building as well. I did find that the wheel wells inside here were a bit sort of plain. We kind of, if I can just show you, like the actual walls, like just along here, these were all blank, so we put in our own kind of scratch builded sort of like a bit of rib work in there, a little bit of recessed panel lines, a bit of piping. None of this is probably accurate. I'm just kind of like filling detail just to make it look good, but it just needed a little bit of work, because as I say, it's about a 30-year-old kit. A little bit of a jazz up just there. Already talked about the wings. The canopies, nice and crystal clear, didn't have to worry about them that much. There was no real issues with that. And other than that, that is basically it for the build style. As I say, for a £25 kit, 30 years old, it's really good. I did go off. Again, this is probably not accurate, because I was just kind of just adding a bit of detail, but you may notice if we look a little bit closely, I did actually add a little bit of extra rivet work, some recessed rivets, because the kit was lacking maybe on rivet work, and again, I don't know if that's accurate or not, but I did add, like, just all over really, all sorts of extra rivet work. So coming down to all the sort of painting and stuff we did, I did like the colors that I used. If you go check out the rapid video build, but hopefully you know, you kind of, I'm quite satisfied with the color. I'm quite satisfied with the level of weathering. I mean, I mean normally I think I do weather a little bit more than this, but you know, I think it's quite nice to be fair. Did do a nice bit of weathering in the sense of like kind of getting some oil paints and using airbrush, and you blow these kind of natural sort of streaks. They were cool. We used things like oils, and we feathered them in just to kind of make certain areas look a little bit dirtier. The underside, you know, we just put in those streaking effects as well, using things like the Tamiya Master set, things like the oil brushes and stuff by Ammo. But other than that, it's all turned out rather well, and I'm quite happy with it, and I hope you like it as well. Sadly, that's kind of like the end of this now. Hopefully you've kind of got a really good idea now about Tamiya's Corsair, which, you know, considering it's 30 years old, I do believe a lot of people are just like, this is still kind of like the best. I know there's a few issues that people will say that the different manufacturers, I think Hobby Boss does one as well, like they're not all kind of like the right shape or something. So I do hope that maybe Edard or someone comes along and brings out a nice brand new tool of the Corsair, which would be good, just to kind of get a more sort of newer, realistic, more accurate kind of Corsair. But either way, you know, Tamiya's pretty damn good, pretty good price, and not really any major fit issues. Maybe a little bit of scratch building if you want to, but other than that, it's definitely a big thumbs up. So apart from that, hopefully you have enjoyed this video. So as always, until next time, my name's Bobby Wardren, this is Genesis Models, and I'll catch you later.